Hi, this is Malia B with Curly Crown, and on this segment, we're going into part two of the Teachability Index. And in this segment, we're going to talk more about uh, your learning curves and absorbing information. Now, on your willingness to learn and who you follow and who you listen to, it's basically two methods. You you can you can either have a mentor, which is like your hairstylist, who is trained and who hopefully has been doing natural hair for a while. So she is a good resource. She is the one to follow. She is quote unquote your mentor. Or you can follow the second method by exposing to people who have what you want or what you desire. And this is where, things like YouTube, various different websites, blogs, forums, and especially Pacific persons, um, are who you would follow in this method. And irregardless of what method you choose to do, you're going to have to understand that your willingness to learn, your teachability index will not always be a 10. And to recognize that that is okay, because there is so much information out there, so much opinions and products and hairstyles and things to try. You're not always going to be a 10. It's not always. It's just not going to happen. You're gonna get times where, okay, you're a 10. Say I'm a 10 on teachability. I'm a 10 on my willingness to change. I'm a 10 on willing to invest time, effort, or money. And I'm a total 10. And I get with my mentor, and she starts, just feeding me information. Do this and do this, and if you mix this with that, you'll get this, and if you do it like that, this, and you take this curl former and sit under this and do that, and if you do this, you'll get this, and you get all this information, all this information, all this information to the point of saturation. You cannot absorb anymore, and this is where your mentor needs to be like, okay, you're full. You need to marinate for a little while. Or if you're following someone online, then you're like, okay, I need to step away for a little while and let this fully digest, think about it, marinate, and decide, okay, I'm going to accept this because this kind of works for me. That really didn't work for me. I'm not going to do this. Just to feed out and weed out the information that you have absorbed. And once you're in that phase, you're not a 10. Okay, accept that. Don't waste your time or anyone else's time by sitting in front of somebody else trying to learn more information when you are still discerning the other information, because it'll just get jumbled up and you get mixed up, and you don't want to, while your body is absorbing, your mind is absorbing the information, you want to let it go through that process, that phase first before you start interjecting more. Okay, because it's not about the quantity, it's about the quality. Okay, so in that essence, your willingness to learn will be, whether it's a teachability, how much you're willing to change, or what are you willing to invest time, energy, or money, will be low, and that's okay, and that's on the lower end, but that's natural. Everything has a season, and then everything changes. Anything that doesn't change dies. So embrace that part of the journey as well, and know that you don't have to learn everything all at one time, because we're not computers. Okay, so the second thing I also want to get into is that uh, not to beat yourself down when you're doing that. This is a process. It's all a process. And the end goal, especially here at Curly Crown, is to get you where you are unconsciously competent, loving yourself, loving your crown and your glory. And that's what this segment is this series, this vlog series is going to teach you how to do. But right now we're building the foundation, and that is, how teachable are you? And understanding your willingness to learn, how much time and energy you're willing to invest, and your willingness to change. This foundation will make it so that you understand the later segments that are to come. Okay, so yes, you're going to be a novice at the beginning, and the first thing that you should do, looking at my notes, is have the goal be what's in front of you. So if your willingness to learn is at 25%, then your goal should be to get that willingness to learn at 100%. However, if your willingness to learn is at 100%, then your goal is to do the next step. Okay, but to know where you are at and to get whatever is right in front of you up to where it needs to be as your goal first before you move on. There's no need to get to point Z when you're only at point B and you're skipping all these other letters, which are very important in the foundation for you to understand and learn your alphabet of natural hair. Okay, so it all goes back to who you should listen to. And right now, your teachability index. What are you willing to give up? What are you willing to change? And what is your willingness to learn? These should all be 10s. And then the method of which you should learn. Are you going to have a mentor, or are you going to be following people online, in forums, and YouTube, various blogs, and then knowing when you are at your saturation point where, okay, I can't do anymore. To know that this natural hair thing is a process and it is not a crash course, that it's a lifetime, and that you don't know everything. You don't know what you don't know. And everybody is learning. And this natural hair journey is a learning experience for everybody. For everybody. Anybody who says, I've learned everything that they want to ever learn about natural hair, get away from me. Because we're all learning. And it's not just natural hair. It's with everything. This is what life is. It's a learning experience. You are a spiritual being having a physical experience. So, what we'll get into next time is the next step of phase. And thank you so much for listening. I am Malia B with Curly Crown.